Hi, it's Rashida. I had a question from a subscriber, and her name is Antonetti Tube. So she says, I enjoy your PO videos. Can you share some tips about how you stamp directly on photos? What type of ink works best for it? I've tried to stamp on pics and it always seems to smear. Thanks. So I'm going to try to answer her question, or at least show how I do it. So I have a couple of inks here. I have Stays On, which is an alcohol-based ink. This is in jet black. I have Hero Arts black dye ink in the Hero hues. And I have Memento Lux Tuxedo Black, and this is a archival pigment ink. Sorry about the glare. So now, when I stamp on photos, I almost always use black ink. Not all the time, but I would recommend maybe starting with black, and then you can use variations from like these three. So that's what I did. I started out using Stays On, and then when I got comfortable with stamping in black, I just acquired a couple more colors within the Stays On family. Same thing with the Hero Arts, Hero Hues dye ink. I love the black, but I do have a couple other colors in this family. This Hero Arts, Hero Hues family. And then Memento Lux, the same thing. So, zoom in a little bit. Alright. Also, when I'm stamping, I'm usually using a clear photopolymer stamp. This one happens to be a stamp by Allie Edwards, and it is stamp set number 10,005. You can see that 10005. And I think you can get it at allieedwards.com. So I do have a couple of photos. This one is printed from my Canon Selfie wireless printer, and the photo paper for the Canon Selfie is like a really glossy, slick finish, so it's not matte paper. This photo I printed from my Epson PictureMate, and this is matte paper. So let's see what we can do. Now, I grabbed a couple of acrylic blocks. Normally when I'm stamping, it's usually, not so much of a big stamp, so I try to use like a smaller acrylic block so I can, hold it better. So this one, I'm not sure. This might be like a Stampendous one, not for certain. Or it might be Apple Pie Memories, maybe that's it. And this one is a close to my heart stamping acrylic block. So let's start out with the Canon Selfie photo. And I'm going to use Stays On. So I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to stamp so maybe you can see it. And I'm not going to apply too much pressure, because what I've had happen is if I stamp Stays On a photo, and if I huff down on it, the stamp, sorry, I'm out of frame, the stamp ended up sticking to the photo, and you can actually tear your photo like that by trying to pull off the stamp if it gets stuck, because the alcohol in this Stays On ink, what it does, once you stamp it, the alcohol is evaporating so quickly that that's what holds the image onto the paper. So if you huff down on it, your stamp can end up actually clinging to the photo as well. So this is the Stays On ink, and now I'm just going to take my finger and rub over it. Okay, so just a tad came off on my finger, but probably that's because it's not quite dry. And I'm going to use the Hero Arts dye ink. stamp on here. Let's see. Oops. Maybe that's better. Close this. So this is the Hero Arts Hero Hues black dye ink. Okay, so I stamped, and you can see it's a little bit smudged. So I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to give it, a couple of seconds to, give it a chance to dry a little bit, but I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of sitting up on the surface. So I'm going to take my finger, and you can see it just smeared just like that. So, and that is because this is a glossy paper. So the dye ink is not going to totally dry on this surface. Okay, so stays on is here, and then this one is the Hero Arts Hero Hues dye ink. So let's try the Memento Luxe Tuxedo Black ink. So I'm going to use this one that says "So Love This Photo." Okay, so I'm going to use the Memento Luxe Tuxedo Black. And again, this one is a pigment archival ink. I'm trying to get a surface here. Make sure I'm in frame. See, even when I stamp down with it, the ink is sliding around. And it's still on the surface, so it just, it smears, it wipes off. Now let's look at the stays on again. I'm gonna do the wipe test again. Let's see. So yeah, the stays on is pretty much dry now. Alright, so this side has some white area, so I'm going to try to stamp on that side. And I'm going to use the Stays On ink. Just trying to get my acrylic block ready. And once again, I'm just going to lightly press down, not heavy pressure. That's how the Stays On looks. I'm going to give it a second to dry. And I'm going to move on to using the Hero Arts ink. And I'm going to use the same stamp. Ink that up. Tuxedo Black. And here. See, that's what I mean. If you hop down on it too much, you can end up, damaging the photo and the stamp not coming out. So let's try that one again. I'll wipe it off. It's still not working like I want it to. And I think because this is a solid image stamp, it's probably not going to be perfect. And probably tell, like, here the words are like in a like there's the background and the words are kind of in the foreground, like the shadow inking, because the background is in black. Get it in an area of the photo where you can see it. Let's see, let's try down here in the corner. Okay. Now that came out a little bit better. And again, I think it's just a pressure thing. And I may just be putting a little bit too much pressure on it because this is matte paper. And this Memento Lux seems to dry a lot quicker than the dye inks. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. Let me show you the Canon Selfie paper. So looking at the Canon Selfie paper, you can see the stays on. You know, that's not going anywhere. The dye ink is still quite smeary, and the Memento Lux, you know, that's just sitting on top of the paper, so that's not gonna dry. So for Canon Selfie, I always use stays on ink no matter what. Okay. For matte paper, I'll use the stays on, I'll use the Hero Arts dye ink, and I will use the Memento Lux Tuxedo black ink, or Memento Lux ink family for matte photos. I'm a little bit leery on using the Memento Lux for background stamps like this. Not background, but the like the shadow stamps. I call them shadow stamps. But for other stamps, you know, that are just like phrases or whatever, I like the Memento Lux for that. So I would say, in conclusion, for matte paper, stays on, Hero Arts dye ink, Memento Lux for stamps other than the background or the shadow stamp. So, and if you're just not comfortable at all with stamping on your photos, there are a couple of other options. So you could use a photo overlay. This is one of the Becky Higgins overlays, and you know, you could just put that over your photo. And there are different other overlays that you can get. So you could do that, or here's another one, you know, with a phrase. Oops, sorry about the glare. So you could do that, or you can purchase stickers. These are the Mombi stickers, and you could use one of these and stick them right on the photo, and it kind of looks like you stamped on the photo. Of course, you would put it on there straight, unlike what I did. So yeah, those are a couple of alternatives if you just aren't comfortable with stamping. And these are called clear stickers, Mombi. I think you can get these at Michael's, or you used to could get these at Michael's. I think they have them on their website as well if you can't find them. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. So yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.